How much of a political boost is this for the president?
Well, we'd expect to see probably some boost in President Trump's approval ratings after this successful raid and sort of after the long and detailed discussion that President Trump did about the raid today in his address to the nation, which was obviously seen by many people. But we've seen in the past, for example, when Osama Bin Laden was killed during the Obama administration, that it didn't have much of a long-term impact on polling, on Obama's approval numbers. And I think many people would agree that that Osama Bin Laden, a bigger target and a more well-known target than Bakr al-Baghdadi. So I wouldn't expect to see a long-term boost, especially with some of the kind of worrisome elements that are swirling around the Trump administration now, in particular the impeachment inquiry.
So what does this mean for Islamic State now?
Yes, well, it's certainly a setback for the jihadist group, but it's one that they've seen before. You know, they've kind of reconstituted themselves under two previous leaders, and certainly in terms of a territorial threat now, they're much smaller than they were a few years ago. But this death of al-Baghdadi in particular could see sort of some retaliatory attacks. It could be a fresh motivator for people. And really, the leader is dead, but the ideology lives on. And over the past year, Islamic State has claimed responsibility for multiple attacks around the world that have killed hundreds of people, from France to Afghanistan to Sri Lanka, the Philippines, and elsewhere. So it seems like there's definitely a core of supporters who may be more motivated than turned off by this very violent end to al-Baghdadi that President Trump described today.
Ros, are there any implications here for the impeachment inquiry?
Well, I think the impeachment inquiry is kind of in a different lane to this. Certainly, President Trump could get a boost in his approval rating, but as we've seen, you know, historically, there's just a difference. It really doesn't matter how well the economy is doing. It doesn't matter what other foreign policy moves are being made. Once the impeachment process is in train, that is kind of secondary. So we've heard from Democrats today. We heard from Adam Schiff, the representative from California who's really running the impeachment inquiry. There's no slowdown there. He's got a very tight timeline that he wants to adhere to. And he basically said that there could be public hearings soon in the impeachment probe. And certainly we know that more current and former officials from the Trump administration are due to testify Monday forward. One of the key things we're looking at is whether any of them are really stopped by suggestions from the White House that they not testify. So far, that hasn't been the case, and there's been kind of a steady stream of officials going up to Capitol Hill even on Saturday. So probably look for more of the same, and for Schiff and others to maybe specify some kind of timeline to get this all really moving forward quite quickly.